What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Friday workout. We're here, Tampa, Florida, and it's getting warm out here. So I'm going to get started. I'm glad I started this workout early because it was 11 o'clock. I'm probably very much sweating profusely. So we're going to work with the Sandbag today. Okay, so I know this might be a pretty unique piece of equipment. I know if you guys follow us regularly on Tampa Strength, you see we use it all the time. But I know it's probably, as far as resistance equipment goes, it's probably not as common as a dumbbell or a kettlebell, but great piece of equipment. And a lot of the exercise we'll do today will probably simulate with a dumbbell or kettlebell. But the Sandbag is really a great piece of equipment because it's very unstable weight, the length of the weight, so it requires a lot more stabilization. So that's why we love using it, especially with golfers. But with anybody, everybody needs to work on stabilization, balance, length, and balance. So we're going to go ahead and do our dynamic warm-up like we usually do. I just went for a walk already, so I'm slightly warm, but keep, for those who are not warm, we're going to use this dynamic warm-up. We're going to do 4 exercises in a sequence for about 10 seconds each. We're going to do butt kickers, high knees, or butt kickers, jumping jacks, high knees, torso twists. Okay? Make sure I'm on a soft spot. Move over a little bit so you guys can see. Apologize for the movement here. Boop, 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 boop. There you go. Just want to make sure I'm on the stable part of the jack. Alright, so butt kickers. Rubber jacks. Still, as I do this. Alright, little breather. Tie my shoe. One more, just like that. Like butt kickers, right? Jump jacks. Alright, so now do a little cars, neck, shoulder car. Make sure my shorts don't fall down and ride up. Hit the neck car, really focusing on my chin is kind of my focal point. So I got chin and chest, left collarbone, drive it to the sky, opposite collarbone, right up to my chest. Reset, go the other way. Not a very dynamic move, but great move. Get your neck joint ready. I would say cars in general are great move whatever athletic or workout event you're gonna do. Cars, great movement, guys. All right, shoulder car now. And the key to the car is you focus on one joint at a time. Do not let the other joints get involved. So what I mean by that, right? So people think sometimes this is a shoulder car or something like that, right? But I'm working just the shoulders. The other one, I'm turning my lower back, my upper back. So now I'm just focusing on shoulder. Basically, flexion, extension, rotation, adduction, adduction. One more. I'll do one more, show you from the side view. Alright, we're a little world's greatest stretch. And like I said, this is what we call it. I guess it would be subjective though. I don't know if everyone thinks this is the world's greatest stretch, but this is the term we have for it. So essentially it's a mountain climber with a reach through. Alright, so I'm in that mountain climber position, foot outside my hand over here. And so I'm going to do it. And I thread it through and thread it back up. Alright? So I've got my weight a little bit. side, 5 on the other side. Alright, this side's good. Yeah. Alright, speed skater lunge next. Nice wide stance. Toes at an angle. We're just gonna go side to side. Simulate what that speed skater looks like somewhat in the Olympics. Should look at those adductors. Two more each side. Alright. Last one, floor sweeps. Back. We kind of do on regular basis, but we're actually going to do this with a little rotation. Alright, so I'm going to get to my hammy stretch, like that standing hammy stretch, what you see like in the floor sweep, but instead of doing this, which is our floor sweeper, we're going to reach the arms in opposing directions, right? Alright, so left foot out, hinge, reach the right hand, look at that left hand back behind. Alright? Getting that hand stretch, getting that thoracic rotation. Alright? A little tough on myself. Alright? Alright. Sun's starting to beat on me now. I'm feeling warm. Review the exercises with you guys. A little sippy sip. We are going to do 3 exercises in succession, 3 times per week. Okay? So you can see the sandbag has multiple handles. Alright? Here, big suitcase handle. Got these handles here. Just handle on the side. We're going to do mostly upright stuff. I'm not going to do any stuff on the floor. You can do a ton of stuff on the floor. There'll be dead bug, drags, and then you utilize those outside handles. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to do a press out. Okay? I'm going to get my hands in the outside handles, squat with press out. Alright, hit 5 of these. I got this bag loaded up with probably about 30 to 35 pounds of weight, so it's a little bit heavier. These bags normally about 20, 25, but I overloaded it, so ah well. Alright, we're going to do 5 of those. Okay? Then we're going to do our lunge with rotation, lateral lunge with a T-spine rotation. Okay? Step back. 5 of those each side, okay? And then we're gonna go ahead and do our staggered, or our row from the staggered hinge position, all right? So I'm gonna be in my staggered hinge here, and then pull to my chest, all right? We get 5 on one side, 5 on the other side. So we got our squat to press out, obviously, with legs, core, arms, okay? Lateral lunge with rotation, legs, core, upper back rotation, and then of course the last one, the staggered hinge with row, legs, core, upper body. Alright, so these are really kind of all total body exercises, all 3. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to probably limit it because this bag's probably heavier for the squat to press out for me, just personally speaking. I'm actually going to switch the direction I'm going to hold it. So instead, what you can do, I would recommend with a lighter bag for me, right? We can go like this, but I'm going to do it straight up and down, like so. Okay, pinch it with my 4 fingers, thumb and 4 fingers. All right, here we go. Chest. Alright, squeeze in tight, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Hit that lateral lunge. Turn, step back. I think that was 5. Do one more. Other side. Keep those shoulder blades together back there. Pinch it hard. Pinch that back to your chest. Really get that upper back working. 2 more. Last one. All right. Hinge to row. Or row from the staggered hinge, I should say. All right, let's get there. You should really feel kind of that stretch in the back of that lead leg. For me, it's my left leg. And I'm really probably going to bump it up to 8 for this exercise. All right. So, that was a tough one. That sequence was probably more taxing than I thought, but that's good. So, a couple modifications. Obviously, the squats press out. Just a challenge. So that's kind of a progression, if you will. So, I think obviously, if you have a sandbag or a weight, hold it tight to your chest. The press out actually requires more core engagement, right? So, works your core harder. Because anytime you press an object away from your center of mass, and even your extremities, your core has to engage, right? To stabilize. So, if you need a modification, hold the weight tight to your chest, right? Obviously, for the lateral lunge, if you have trouble, maybe mobility or flexibility wise, doing a lateral lunge, switch it to a reverse lunge. It seems to be a little bit more reverse or forward lunge. It seems to be easier to accomplish for individuals because you can do that here. Forward lunge, turn. All right? Have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, same thing. All right, so that's a modification. All right, let's go round 2. I'm gonna try to get inside so I don't sweat as much. Not that I don't mind sweating, but I gotta go back to work. So yeah, I don't want to be a sweaty baby. All right, so press out. Holy. Here we go. 2. Oh, thank you. 3, 4. All right. On the chest. Side. All right. When I do this stagger comes to row, I grab those handles, rip them out. That really engages my upper back. That's what I want when I do my row. Obviously, I'm targeting my back. All right, 2 down. Mercy. Yep, summer's coming here in Florida. I might have to make sure I do these inside from now on. The outside. It's nice when I was just walking around, but now that I'm working out, it's a little more. So, for that last movement, that stagger hinge, like I was saying, these handles, I like these handles. Obviously, you have an option here, but here I feel like your arm position, especially for a low row, not correct. You can do this for like a high row, especially like a high pull, you know? If you were doing that movement, or maybe even a high row here, okay? But for this, for our low row, these are the handles you want. Ones that go the same direction as your toes. Pull those handles outwards the whole time. That really sets your shoulders, engages your scapula. Okay? All right, one more sip of water. Little break. Yeah, I think when you come to like functional training, that term, functional strength training, the sandbag is probably one of the, in my opinion, one of the best. I mean, you can do it. You can do functional strength training with a dumbbell, with a kettlebell. Essentially, any weight apparatus that has to do with it. But the sandbag is really, I think, caters to functional strength training. And that's why I think it's, and they have different sizes. This is the ultimate sandbag, you guys can see. Different brands, but this is kind of like the, I would say, the go-to brand. They have quality stuff. I've had this bag for years now. Never had a little bit of sand leak out of it, ever. You know, and like I said, I packed it probably over tight, which is they suggest you don't do. I know, those rules, but I haven't had an issue ever. So it's actually, and I'm going to get started on my third set, but Maybe I'll talk about it through. We'll see. It's about to press out. I really can't talk. I'm telling you, this one is a show. Especially at this weight. But the sandbag has exactly what you think. There's sand in here, right? There's some bags that maybe have water or something in it, which I've used before. Has its own benefits, I would say. The sandbag's really something special. Very unique piece of equipment in my opinion. I'm supposed to do jiu-jitsu after this. It might be a little tough. One more. I might be going extra, but that's okay. This is the last round. Actually, the last round, no thanks. So you guys can see this setup. I'm doing the stagger hinge, right? Focus on a good neutral spine. Pulling the bag essentially to my sternum. Elbows low and tight to my body. Just scraping the lats. More. Whew. So I feel that stretch in the lead right leg, holding that position. Right, so I'm getting that kind of an isometric contraction since I'm not lengthening or shortening it. Well, I mean it's lengthening, I'm holding it there. I think I did extra. That's all right. But really working that glute. All right, guys. Another Friday workout in the books. I'm toasty, sweaty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Like I said, I know kind of specialized with the bag, but you can do a lot of those exercises with a dumbbell or kettlebell, okay? Hope you, if you didn't work along with us today, go to our YouTube page. All of them get uploaded to our YouTube page, all of the live workouts, okay? So let us know, especially you can comment there about what you guys want for the next live workout. And I will see you next week.